Hello everyone, my name is NSFG and welcome back to another video. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than usual today. I'm going to be reading some Pokemon fan fiction that I came across. Now, normally I'm not into fan fiction or anything, but I came across this while browsing the internet, and I came across this website called fanfiction.net. I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. But yeah, I came across this Pokemon fan fiction that was really interesting. It's interesting. I'll keep it at that. But before I actually get into this, I do want to say a few things. First off, I want to say that I did not create this fan fiction, nor do I take credit for it. I'm gonna leave a link to this page, I'm gonna leave a link to this actual fan fiction down in the description as well. But also, to follow that, I don't want to send any hate towards this user. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but I don't want to send any hate towards him, because I know fan fiction can be sometimes a little bit weird. Not everyone's into it, but I don't know, I just thought I'd share this. So yeah, please don't send him any hate. And going on to the second disclaimer, like I said before, this is an interesting fan fiction. But actually, I'm just gonna put it bluntly. It's pretty dirty. There's a lot of bad things in this, but I'm gonna be kind of censoring this fan fiction, I guess you can say. I'm not gonna be like bleeping out anything or anything like that, but I'm gonna make this a little bit more creative. I'm gonna use some words. I'm gonna replace some of the words in here with some of my own. I'll make something up, but we're gonna make this a little bit more interesting with that. It's pretty bad. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So the fanfiction we are reading today is called Pokesins by the Pokemon Guy 176. Lance sat in his room, bored. There hadn't been any challengers in days. "Hey Karen, I'm leaving for a bit. Take my spot until I get back," he said on the intercom. The morning air was sweet and serene to Lance, who was always stuffed in the back room. Lance wandered around, trying to do something with his free time. He went to Viridian City Battle House, but he was too good for the other trainers there. After that, he headed to the Celadon City Game Corner, but Voltorb Flip was too confusing and hard for Lance to win anything. Then Lance took the magnet train to Johto to join the National Park Bug Contest, but he again was too good. "I just can't seem to find anything to do," he muttered to himself. But then a bright idea came up to mind. After a quick call, Lance flew to Sinnoh's Pokemon League. After using Dragonite to utterly destroy the Elite Force Pokemon, he headed to the last room. Inside was Cynthia. Her glistening hair looked golden, and Lance knew she was hiding some D-cup Bulbasaurs behind her black overcoat that covered her whole body. "Hello, Lance. Good to see you finally made it," she smiled seductively. "Came as fast as I could, so I can test your true strength," Lance said with a huge grin on his face. Without a word, Cynthia dropped her coat. Underneath was a light black bra that was holding bigger than D-cup Bulbasaur's back. She also had a tight black thong, which was showing too much off. Lance slipped his clothes off, revealing his 7-inch hard Pikachu. Lance looked around and chose a bed that was hidden in the shadows of the room. He sat down as Cynthia started to give him a lap dance. Cynthia shook her honking Charmander that only a champion would have around Lance's giant Pikachu. Got a little harder. Lance reached out and untied Cynthia's bra and thong. They fell, leaving a very tight micro thong, and a tighter and small bra that showed off her hard nipples through the fabric. Lance slipped her bra off and she turned his way. Her boobs were so big and round. Her Bulbasaurs were so big and round, with perfectly sized pink nipples. Lance started sucking on her nipples. "Oh, oh," she moaned. Oh god. Okay. Lance stopped and slid his Pikachu between her beautiful Bulbasaurs. She went back and forth until Lance felt himself water pulsing. Cynthia swallowed the warm substance and started licking it off his Pikachu and her Bulbasaurs. But Lance's Pikachu was still hard. Lance felt her through the panties, then slid them off in one motion. He inserted his Pikachu inside her and began back and forth. "Oh, fuck, keep," she moaned. It hurt so bad, but she loved Bulbasaurs were... What? Wait, hold on. It hurt so bad, but she loved Bulbasaurs were bouncing around wildly. Neither of them have water pulsed yet, so Lance took Cynthia and turned her around. So Cynthia's big, beautiful Charmander was facing Lance, and she was on her hands and knees. Lance put his Pikachu in her Charmander. There was a reaction from Cynthia immediately. "Fucking Arceus!" she yelled. He kept going. After a few minutes of Cynthia groaning, she finally screamed, "I'm gonna water pulse!" Lance licked all the sweet water pulse dripping out. Next he laid on his back. Cynthia stood over him. She was about to lunge down for the meaty Pikachu, but Lance beat her. He stuck his pointer finger into Cynthia's Squirtle and began to finger her furiously. "Ah!" she screamed. Lance felt his finger getting wet. He pulled his finger out. Cynthia's legs trembled, like she couldn't stand anymore. She collapsed with his Pikachu right up her Squirtle. "God!" she yelped as she went up and down with her Bulbasaur jiggling around wildly. After this, Lance stood up, and Cynthia got on her knees. Lance's Pikachu was rock hard, but he hadn't water pulsed yet. Cynthia started rubbing his Pikachu with her soft hands. Lance couldn't control himself. Cynthia watched in awe as the erection got even bigger. Then she started to deep-throat it. She felt herself choking but kept sucking anyways. "I'm water pulsing," he told her as there was an explosion in her mouth and throat. Cynthia swallowed the white liquid and kissed the tip of his Pikachu before their sex session was over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading of Pokesins. I will leave a link to this fanfiction down in the description below. Now, I'm no connoisseur of Pokemon fanfiction, but if I had to rate this on a 1 to 10 scale on how good this was, I'd probably say this was a solid 7, honestly. It got straight to the point. I would have liked a little bit more background on the characters. Honestly, I'd like to see it a little bit more developed. Now, I know there's more than like one fan fiction, I guess you can say. There's more than one story in his Pokesins. I don't know what you'd call it, but he has more than one. If you guys want to go check it out, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below. But if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see content like this, or if you guys just want to see some more gaming content, you know, that's cool. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.